Make an impressive centerpiece dessert for your upcoming spring event. Just master one show cake, and those shower parties, birthdays, graduations, even Mother's Day will be covered. Food and lifestyle expert Tara Bench has homemade cakes that look worthy of the bakery case. Instead, though, they are on your countertop. They are ready to serve. It's always a good day when you come to our kitchen. Thank you so much. So I think a lot of at-home hostesses would opt to order out a centerpiece cake. Why should we consider making one at home instead?
That seems so easy, but it's really simple at home. You usually have all of the ingredients. I use cake mix a lot of the time. I don't always make a cake from scratch. And you get to use your creativity, and you get to customize it to what you want and the colors of your party and the occasion that you're making it for.
And speaking of creativity, I walked into the kitchen and I was immediately peppering Tara, like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? And she goes, just wait a minute, I'm gonna show you.
I'll tell you.
Cake number one is kind of a mix of sweet and salty, right?
It is. I love the, chocolate dipped pretzels, and it's got that. But inside is just a delicious layer cake.
So what do we start with inside?
Inside is just, I did a cake mix or a yellow cake and layered it with some frosting and jam. Whatever flavors you want, that's where you can get kind of creative.
Okay.
And the secret is making it really tall so it stands up to those pretzels, So then you put the pretzels on top. And I just dipped those in the candy melts, melted candy melts you get at any store, drizzled them with a couple of different colors and put them on. So they're ready to go.
I matched your cake, Tara.
Yeah, I know, you're perfect.
I came prepared.
You're perfect. But this one's really fun because it's such a presentation. It's like a centerpiece.
Yeah.
And you can do that in any color you want. You could do blues and greens, you could do yellows, whatever color is the theme of your party.
Okay, a couple things I'm curious about. How do you get the cake inside stable enough to stack?
Okay, so that's one great question, and my secret is to chill the cakes before you assemble them.
Okay.
So I usually make my cakes the day before, so then the day I'm making the cake, it's easy, and you don't have a lot of that baking and the oven's not on. So I make them, cool them, wrap them in plastic wrap, and put them in the fridge for a day, a few hours, and then they're sturdy enough that you can kind of pick them up and layer them. And one of the other tricks is to cut off that dome top. And
why are we doing that?
Oh my gosh, look at this turntable. It's a cheap little turntable, but it's the best trick for cutting cakes
just works
and layers.
all the way around.
You just put your hand right on top, and then there's that dome top, and you can stack your cakes without them toppling over.
It gives us a flatter, more stable surface.
Exactly, and these are delicious to eat.
Well, there's that. There's
cake scraps.
Now, one of the commercial questions I had that she made me wait for, so I'm anxiously awaiting on bated breath, is the curls on top. How did you do? What are those?
The little curls are these chocolate melts, melted.
Okay.
And I spread it on the back of a cookie sheet. It's all on my website in the recipe, but you just scrape it off with a spatula, and it creates those shards or curls.
So that's chocolate.
That's the little chocolate.
Brilliant.
And I just piled it right on top, so you don't have to do any fancy piping or anything like that.
I mean, honestly, I'm looking at this cake, and you know me, not the best baker in the world, but I think
you could do it.
I could do this.
I mean, who can't dip chocolate pretzels,
I can do that. I can eat them as well. So I'm covered on both
I love
ends.
this because you don't have to get out a piping bag. It's just done and done.
Ooh, the pink and the white, so pretty. Not to be outdone, though, this yellow is equally as vibrant and spring-like.
Lemon. So I told my mom I would make her the ultimate lemon cake. She loves lemon, as do so many of my friends. So this one is a white cake because it doesn't compete with the vanilla in a yellow cake. It's white cake with lemon curd in the middle, easy store-bought topping, and a little frosting. So the secret is my frosting. It's a very lemony frosting, and you can't get that by buying it in a can. So what I do is I juice some lemons, half a cup of lemon juice. I put it in a little saucepan and reduce it. Look, I only have a couple of tablespoons of juice left in there. It's really concentrated. It takes about 3 minutes to do that.
And that boosts the flavor.
Boosts the flavor, and you're not adding a lot of liquid to your frosting, because if I use that in my frosting, it would create a glaze. I'd never be able to ice a cake. So I reduce it down to this concentrate, and then I put it in my butter. I just scoop that right into my butter for my frosting.
Smallest, miniest little scraper I've ever seen.
I love those. And mix this up. The other trick for frosting that I like is I mix my butter until it's smooth and add my confectioner's sugar a cup at a time. That way I don't have to sift it. It smooths out as I beat it, and I don't have a dry icing. I can just add the dry
butter first, and then a cup at a time.
And then I get this nice soft icing. I colored it with a little food coloring to make it lemon. Oh, here, do you want a little on your finger?
I thought you wouldn't ask. Here we go.
Very lemony, right?
That is lemony frosting,
Isn't that delicious?
and I love it.
Okay, well that's the trick of the day.
And where the cake itself is a little more common flavor, you can get away with that stronger lemon.
Yes, and then you don't have to do the fancy piping if you don't want. You can do swirls, but that's just some inspiration for a simple design that you can do at home.
And finish it off with a beautiful little lemon curls
Some
on
lemon
top.
slices.
Oh my gosh,
done
amazing.
And done.
All right, cake number 3, what are we calling this?
Almond flour cake. da-da. You know,
Da-da.
it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But really easy. You have all of this stuff in your kitchen. The frosting is cocoa. I used whatever cake you want. You can make a cake mix or an almond cake from scratch, whatever you want. And I have sliced almonds here. You have those in your pantry.
That's the showstopper, are those pretty little flowers.
Aren't they so cute? And you can make one right here. You can even do it on cupcakes if you're having a kid party.
Okay.
And this is perfect for spring. And I love that I can get chocolate into spring. Chocolate seems like such a rich flavor, but this is a milk chocolate frosting. And then you put a little mini M&M right in the center, and you have your little almond flower.
Honestly, the brown on brown there, the M&M on the chocolate makes it elegant even.
And one of the tricks I like for my milk chocolate frosting is I melt the cocoa with my butter to activate that chocolate flavor.
Okay.
So that's one of the tricks with chocolate.
Say that again,
melt the butter and the cocoa together. And then mix it in with your confectioner's sugar.
How did you get the swirlies?
I just use my little spatula, but you can use the back of a spoon. You could do whatever and just
twist and lift?
It's messy, so you don't have to be perfect.
Oh, I love it. All right, and what's the other trick here?
Okay, so the trick here is you've seen those beautiful tiered cakes, and you think, oh, I can't ever make one of those.
Right.
And I don't want to buy the specialty pans. I have an 8-inch pan at home, and that's about it. Well, you can make a tiered cake, and I'll show you how. We're going to do this together.
Okay.
You can bake in a saucepan, which is crazy.
What?
That's an oven-proof saucepan because it has a metal handle.
So I make the cake in there?
You make the cake in here. You just put your parchment in there. Grease it with, your butter.
Yeah.
That's your second layer on top of your 8-inch.
What?
This is a can of tomatoes. Clean that out.
Stop.
Bake your cake in it.
Stop.
And then the best part is the teeny topper. You make a little cupcake, and you have a tiered cake right there.
1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and you didn't need any special.
Right. You use what's in your kitchen.
Okay, you're genius. You are genius.
Good.
The cakes, the proof is in the picture here,
Well,
right?
it's cake month at terrateaspoon.com.
Is it? What does that entail?
It will be all cakes all the time. So you can get all of these tips and more recipes and inspiration.
Just in time for all of those spring events that we mentioned. We find you at terrateaspoon.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always so great to see you. We'll link you over to Tara's website from ours. Just go to studio5.ksl.com for the hookup. And also we'll repost this tutorial and roundup of great cake ideas for your next spring event. You're clicking on the recipe button at the very tip top of our website. Well,